Welcome to Zendala Joy, day 17. Okay, how's everybody doing today? Okay, so just give me a thumbs up if you're here and if you can hear me clearly and if you can see the screen clear. Just give me a thumbs up so I know. Okay, so here we are. So give me a quick thumbs up so I know everything is fine and we can get started. It looks pretty good to me, but I would love to know from you. So how's everybody doing? It's a beautiful Saturday evening for us here in India. And I hope you're all having a great time this weekend. Okay, so I see a thumbs up, so I guess it's all going good. Okay, that's great. So you can hear me. That's all fun. So let's get started then. It's day 17 today, and we are pretty much halfway through our session, our Zendala Joy series, and I hope you're all enjoying it. I am having a blast planning it out and recording and editing and putting it out for you guys to see how it works for you guys. Okay, so a quick note. These videos are for your personal use and no part of these can be used for any kind of commercial purposes. So just refrain from doing that, and also the Zentangle related trademarks are there, sole exclusive property and cannot be used without their permission. Okay, so let's get to few announcements. I just wanted to mention about my YouTube channel, which you are here right now. Thank you for being here, and if you haven't already subscribed, then please do subscribe and always hit a like on the videos if you enjoy the project, because that really helps me and that is all I ask from you. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to get this template that we're using for the Zendala Joy series, all you have to do is sign up onto my newsletter, which is sandhyamane.com/tangleorganizer, and you'll get an instant free download of that string template. And I have a Facebook group called Zenbees, which is where all the after party fun happens. Do join us there, because a lot of learning happens in the group after the sessions. So and it's a fun, very positive group. I love how everybody shares their work and how everybody encourages each other. Hi Amy, how are you doing today? And I do have a Facebook page called Sandhya Mane Studio on Facebook, of course, and I do a Facebook live every Friday at 10 a.m. India time. So do join us there for that, and we create some small fun mini project. We are exploring Pi concepts this month out there, and also on Instagram I'm there. The handle at Sandhya Mane. So do join me there on Instagram, and on Instagram we do a live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. India time. So that also is a fun series that is happening on Instagram. So if you're on Facebook, then do like my page, and if you're on Instagram, then please do like my page. And I do have a website, sandhyamane.com. You can always check that out. Okay, so that's about the announcements. Now let's get started on our series. So today we are going to reuse this the string number 2, which we did previously in our, I think the first live we did this, right? So we are going to do the same thing, and we did this in our first live. So we're going to repeat the same string, but we're going to give it a twist this time. So let's see what we can do this time. And to get your, that I was mentioning, to get your template, all you have to do is sign up onto my newsletter. I have the link. I will be putting the link in the description once the video is up, and so you can get that. You can trace your string onto your tile, and you can get started on that. Now the other thing that I wanted to mention is, in the description I will also put the playlist of the Zendala Joy series, so you can click that and you will only find videos related to that all in sequence, so you can use that for your reference later. Okay, so let's get started. I am using my here now. Yeah, so I will be using my 01 Micron. Hi Banu, how are you? Black Micron pen for today's project, and I will also be hi Betty, how are you doing? That's so nice to have you here. And I will also be using a 08 Micron. Just zoom this slightly up so it's here, it's not too far away. And of course my pencil and my stuff. So let's get started. So the first tangle that we will be using today, okay, before we get to the tangle, we need to do few additions or arrangements here. So what I want you to do is, so we're going to work in this section, right? So I'm going to pull a line like this, okay, very gently, and then I'm going to divide this section as well like that, and I'm also going to divide this section here. So we basically have 1 2 3 4 sections in the petal. Okay, let me just pick it up and show you so you can see that clearly. Right, so I've made very fine lines, and that's how I want you all to make. So let's do this in the alternate petals. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about this one right now. I'm only going to focus on this petal. So first thing that I'm going to do is pull this line all the way out till here, and then divide this space and divide this space here like this. Okay, so I'm going to do that on this third petal as well. So again, let's just pull this line and this line and one more here. Okay, so I have these 3 petals marked or sectioned further with some straight lines to create border space, right? So this is what we're going to do. So now let's start with our first tangle. Our first tangle is called Doodah. It's one of the most simple and most beautiful tangle. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to do Doodah here in the first section, right on the top. So here's what I want you to do. So we are going to kind of make a U like this, okay, and then I'm going to make my U like this. So you can either finish one side and then do the other side, like maybe you can do all the U's on the top and then go back and do the U's at the bottom, but I like to kind of work simultaneously like this, so I know I can kind of gauge the spacing and all of that. But if you are really comfortable doing that, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep it this way so I can see better. Okay, so I am making U's here. Okay, so now I am going to add a circle right at the top, and of course we're going to do it at the bottom as well. Okay, so right at the tip of that line that we just did. So the line kind of stops somewhere in the center. It doesn't go all the way to the pencil line. Okay, so it's like this, and then I am going to kind of pull a line in between this, like this, and I'm going to use my 08 or a pen, any pen, and we will just fill in those gaps. Okay, so go ahead and do that. So these Saturdays lives are a fun way to kind of catch up and Tangle in real time. So it's really fun, though we're all not sitting together, but just to know that we're kind of focused to do something together, it's a beautiful thought. Okay, so I'm done with that. So now I'm going to repeat that on my this one on the top as well, and then of course we'll do this on this as well. So let's finish that and then we'll move on to the next tangle. Okay, so again I start with my U's. So breathe in, breathe out as you go. Okay, so I've just made my U's and I am going to add my circles. So I'm now going to go ahead and add black. So I'm going to add black on the other side now. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing now on to my third section. So let's do that. I just wanted to try how this doing one side first and then doing the other side. Okay, so I'm going to pull this. So now I'm just adding the circles. Okay, so let's go ahead and join. Adding the black. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on the other side as well. Okay, so I'm done with my first set of tangles. Now let's get to our next tangle, which is Bosch. It's a beautiful tangle. I mean, it's when you look at it, it doesn't seem like it can be done so easily. It always looks so complicated, but then when you start working on it, it's like, nah, it was so simple. But it gives a beautiful finish. I just love the way it looks. So let's get started. So we're doing this in the second row, right? So I go ahead and add my triangles with this. So you're going to alternate the direction of your triangle. So first one is this way, the next one is going to go in the opposite direction. So I have the flat side on the top and the sharp side at the bottom. Now this is going to go this way. Okay. And try and space this evenly. Okay, so this is going to be flat and now sharp, flat, like that. Okay, so just alternate your triangles, and so now that's the fun part. So all you have to do is just pull it out like this. Okay, and then same thing. So everywhere you have the sharp edge, just pull it out like this. And that's all, the tangle is here. So I'm just connecting these lines. Okay. Maybe I can do something like this to kind of show that continuation. So this goes, okay, everything is connected. So now I am going to add nice big circle that's kind of tightly fitting into this triangle. Okay. And then what should I use? Our pen to fill in those gaps. Okay, that's it. That's Bosch. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to repeat this now on this petal, the second petal. Hi Mira, how are you doing? Okay, so again we start with our triangles. So first one I have the sharp side showing up, and then I have the flat side showing up. Sharp, flat, sharp, flat, like that. Okay, so I might add a teeny tiny one here. Okay, so let's pull this like this. Okay, so yeah, and now I'm just going to give it a good finish. So just join these. Okay, and I'm going to add my circles. Making sure it touches the sides of the triangle so it's tightly wrapped it. Okay, so I'm now going to go ahead and add okay, so go ahead and add your blacks. I'm going to use my 01 to fill these gaps. These are very small sections, so I'm going to use my 01 for this, and then for the thicker, for the more bigger areas, I'm going to use the thicker pen. Okay, so that's done. Let's pretend there's a circle there. Okay, so now I'm just going back to add black here. Okay, so this is done. Okay, let's now repeat this on the next section. So again, I start with my triangle. This one is the sharp side facing up, and then the flat side, sharp, flat, sharp, flat. Okay, so we just roll the beads. So I'm just kind of finishing it up. Okay. So I'm going to enter my, add my circles. Okay, let me finish up this. And then I'll use my sticker pen for the other section. Okay, so let's use the sticker pen to fill these gaps up. So do take your time to do this. If you can't finish all 3 petals, that's fine. You can just do the 2 so that you know what needs to be done. I'm just trying to finish fast so I can keep this to 1 hour. Anything beyond that is a bit of a drag, and I don't want to kind of waste people's time like that. So anyways, this is done. I like the way this turned out. Isn't that fun? Okay, so now our next section, the 3rd section. So we're going to do Shattuck here. Shattuck is a beautiful line-based tangle, so we're just going to add maybe 4 or 5. How many did I do? I did 5. Okay, like this, and then I'm gonna add. I'll start pulling some here. This, and then again I'm gonna start on the top. So we alternate between top and bottom. So I did on the top, now I'm going to do it in the bottom. Okay, and then this one there will be one going like that on the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill the first section completely with black. So it's a very simple pattern, but it's a nice filler pattern. I like to use it places like these where you just want to fill the space and don't want too much drama. Okay. So let's do that, this section as well. So I'm going to start from here. 2, 3, 4, and probably 5. And then on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That. And let's fill this black. Okay, so I'm on to my 3rd section. Okay, so I'm all done on all three petals. Shattuck. Okay, let me mention that here before I forget. So that was Shattuck. So I'm in this teeny tiny section here, this last triangle. I'm just kind of adding a simple fragment like this. I don't think I remember the name of this fragment, but if you guys know, please do let me know in the comment section so we can mention that. Okay, so it's a very simple fragment. You just make these half circles on all three corners, on all three sides, and then you add a circle in the center and fill it up like that. Okay. Okay, Himakshi wants to know, how do you decide upon a particular tangle in a given space? So there are a couple of things that kind of runs through my mind when I pick my tangles. First is how do you decide upon a particular tangle in a, okay, Amy says that is fragment C12, so let's mention that. So if you're talking about so if you're talking about how do I decide what to do in this entire peg section, yeah, that it took me a while because we had done something like this. So I wanted to do something totally different, and that's how I decided to do border tangles, decided to use border tangles in this. Now, if you want to know how I chose these two, like which tangle to put right next to each other, that is, I like to have some drama tangles, as in tangles that has a lot of black in it, and then some simple more open tangles or more line based tangles. So that is how I pick. So it's sometimes a hit and miss case, like sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't, but that's all part of the learning. Okay, so we are done with three sides. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for that. I like the way it looks. Right, it looks fun. So now let's repeat the same thing in the other three tangles. Other three petals. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of emphasize this circle that's in the center with my pen. And now I'm going to use my pencil, and again I'm going to pull out a line like this and another line like this. A line here. So again we are continuing on that four lines, four sections in that petal. So let's do that. Okay, so it should look something like this. Thank you very much. So our first tangle in this first section is called hybrid. Okay, so we're going to use hybrid in this section. Let's mention that. Okay, so for hybrid we are going to make a zigzag like this, like a V going out like that. Right, so this goes like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, so now here I'm just going to show here in this bigger section. So you pull a parallel line out like this, so it's just parallel to this line, and then you pull another line parallel to this side, but we start over this line. So we're not starting from there, but we're starting from here. Now my next line is going to be parallel to this, but it's going to end right there. Okay, so we're going to alternate between the two sides, and every time you would just start or end right on that previous line, like that. Okay, so we're going to do this in all our this triangle shape that we have. Like this. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side as well. So you start with a parallel line and then you do the same thing on the other direction. Okay, so let's repeat this on the other one as well. So here I'm just going to connect the dots or connect the ends like that. So I'm not really worried about making a very perfect straight line. I just want a line that kind of defines it. That's about it. Okay, so let's do this here again. So I start from here. Okay, so we'll start on the bottom side first. Okay. So I'm done with the second petal. I think there was some connection issue just for a short while, so the video might hang, but it's fine now. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this here again. Okay, so you might have to refresh your screen once if that happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start making my lines. Okay, so I'm done making my first row. Let me just darken this. Okay, so here. Okay, so now my next tangle is called Copada. It's It's a really beautiful tangle, and like Copada, I've used it. I use it all the time. Okay, so Copada, we kind of make a dome shape. So this goes like this. Like that. Okay. This can be slightly challenging. It does require a bit of practice to get a consistent shape like that. But it's definitely doable. So I want to kind of challenge you to try this out. Okay, if you're doing this for the first time. Okay, and we are now going to aura this. Okay, and we will also aura this on the top. So go really slow and kind of just go along with that shape that we have previously. Now I have more space, so I'm going to add one more aura on the top. But if your spacing isn't too much, like if you don't have so much of a space, then you don't have to do this. So now I'm going to join this and add black here, the first part. Okay, so we're going to do this now again here. Okay, so this again is optional. I think I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. So what we'll do is we'll directly start here. I want you to make a circle right in the center, and we make lovely petals like this. So I just like to make 5 like this, 2 on this side and 1 in the center, 2 on either sides and 1 in the center. So that's a good number. But again, if you have more space, you can add probably more petals. This is a beautiful tangle by Margaret. So do check out her other versions. She's done some beautiful variations of this. So now we go back and add black in that space. So black between those petals. Kusma says that's beautiful. Thank you, Kusma. Hi, happy to see you here. Okay, so we're going to repeat this in rest of our petals. Okay, so I'm also going to pull this line here to kind of demark my section there. So let's do this here now. So we start off with that shape, the dune shape. It's only got half there. and then we give an aura inside. Okay, so I'm going to add one more because I have more space, and I'm going to add my black right there. Okay. So again, I'm going to add my circles right in the center, and now I start adding my petals. Hi Brenda, how are you? Okay, so now again I'm going to go ahead and add black. So this is done. I'm just going to join these to kind of give that definite shape there. Okay, so we have one last section here. So again I start with my tomb shape. Do you see how my shape is falling off there? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add a aura line. And then we're going to give these aura lines on the top as well. And I'm just going to add one more section to this on the top and join it and fill it up with black. Okay, and then I'm going to add my circles, the bottom one right in the center, and then start making my petals. Okay, so I'm done with that. Kusman says she loves the way I make my lines. Well, thank you. I don't know what you mean, but it's nice to hear though. Okay, so we're going ahead to add black right in the gaps here. Okay, So again, I'm done with this third petal as well. Okay, so now I'm going to add in this section. So either we can do Shattuck, but I think I want to do Snail. So let's do our next tangle, which is Snail. So this is a beautiful border tangle, which kind of goes like in a spiral format. So I'm going to start from here, touch this line and pretend that the spiral is going inside like this. Okay, so I'm going to start my next one. So I'm going to start the next one right on the shoulder of this, like this, and it's just touching. And I'm going to fill the space up here. Okay, so I am just going ahead with the spirals like that, and then I come back and just fill in these with black, these gaps here. Okay. So let's repeat this here as well. Okay, so there it is, all done. Now we are going to in the last section we're going to repeat what we did here, which is C12, fragment C12. So we're just going to mention do that here. So it's basically half circles along the sides of that triangle, and then you add in a circle in the center. So half circles along the sides of the triangle, and then you add in a circle right in the center, and fill in those blank sections, or those white sections around the circle. So that's it. Yay, we're done with the tangling. Now we just have to do the shading. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of just define these lines. So let's quickly go around. Okay, so let's just define this. Okay, I think I got everything covered. Okay, so there it is. Now if you want to add if you think this is too empty, it needs a black, you can add it right here, the first one, or if you're happy with that, you can just leave that as is. I'm just gonna add a little black because I started it. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this on the other two petals as well. That's done. Okay, we're right on the R. I think we'll take another 5 minutes to do the shading and then finish it up. So thank you for staying along with me. Okay, so I'm all done. Let's quickly get to shading. So we're going to go, so I'm going to go along that petal, right, that whole thing. So I'm going to add my pencil right outside of that, like that, and I'm going to repeat that here as well. So starting from the circle, and it just goes all the way out. Okay, so I'm adding my pencil all around first. Okay, so I'm going to use my stub now and blend this out. So this really gives a beautiful dimension. Like that. You see how different it looks the moment you start adding the shading part to it. The whole tangle, the whole tile kind of comes to life. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay, there it is, all done. Now if you wish, you can add pencil on this side as well, so the whole petal kind of so the whole flower kind of stands out of this, pops out of the page. um, I am not sure if I want to do that, or yeah, I'll do that. Let's see, because I haven't done it on this style, so let's see how it's going to turn out if I do it on this style. Okay, so let's just add the pencil first. Okay, so do share your works on our Facebook group Zendalas. That's where all the after party fun happens. It's where all the all the Zendalas shares their works, and it's like a lot of learning happens after the session in the group there. So do join us there for discussion, and if you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me so I get to see your works there. It's always inspiring to see how you guys do it, and what kind of twists you give. So I'm gonna and if you enjoyed this project, then please do hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please do subscribe to the channel. Those things helps me a lot. And do let me know, leave a comment and let me know how you're enjoying this project. That also helps me. So there it is, all done, shaded and all set. Okay, thank you Mira. So let's sign our artworks. It's time to put our initials or put the whole signature. So I'm going to add my full name here. So I really can't wait to see your add-ons and your creations, so do share them in the group. Okay, so let's just finally journal this. So today is 17th of October 2020, and this is Zendala Joy. Day 17, and we worked with string number 2, right? So this was string number 2 and day 17. So we're pretty much halfway through and almost heading towards the last few days. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I just wanted to put out this as well. So see how fun it is to use the same string and come up with totally different variation. Thank you, Brenda. So I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 18, and we will be working with, hold on, let me just check what string are we going to do tomorrow. So if you have any questions, do let me know here. I have it all planned out. Just a second, let me just check. Okay, so day 18 is string 5. Okay, so tomorrow we will be doing string 5. So you can have your tiles ready, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. India time on my YouTube channel with a recorded video. So you can check that out. Okay guys, so you all stay safe and have a great weekend. Thank you, Brenda. And do let me know how you enjoyed this project, and please do hit that like button. That's very important. That really helps me more than you know. And for those of you who are celebrating Navratris, wish you all a happy Navratri. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, take care.